Video, I will walk through to my app sourceSence, which I built using Atlan's app SDK. This app connects to any SQL database and intelligently extract metadata. Let me quickly show you the demo. I'm connecting with my Postgres local database. Before proceeding to extract metadata, we can test the connection workflow. In temporal UKI, as we can see, database connection has been successful. Now, now let's test extract metadata. Now we can see in temporal UI with a JSON result coming. So here we have over the summary data showing the total columns and schema, and we have the list of schemas. We can ignore the default one for now. The new tables we have created are in public schema, along the first table with its column names and the foreign key and index it has. And we have here you can see the foreign key relationships along with the constants it has and the indexes it has in the orders table. And one more feature which I have added it is to get the sensitive data. It will be retrieving the sensitive columns like person information, emails and names inside the schema. So this is also added to the result one. To quickly verify we have extracted the right details. Here in terminal I have opened the DB, and here you can see the schema of the tables which we have retrieved. So now let me walk you through the key technical decisions I made while building this app. So first one is we need to build on Atlan's application SDK framework. So it was having some built-in features like observability, like login metrics and tracing, which we can see debug through logs. And next one we add a building temporal workflow to see the activities that are running and events that are getting published. So all these are inbuilt features. I have used them. And next decision was choosing our database connectivity. So while Atlan was using an SQL connector, but I have chosen SQL Alpine because here it was giving me good database support across all the SQL DBs, and also it was having a rich intersection capability. So we needed to extract the schema metadata. So things like table structure, column details, foreign key indexes. The SDK's SQL feature were good for getting basic queries, but for having the metadata extraction, SQL Alpine was the right tool for this job. And next, we had to figure out where to place the observability decorator. So I ended up placing in the main file as well as in the workflow file, so that we can track the application level wise events by the main file, and from workflow I can track the workflow specific one. And next decision was how the activities we need to arrange and how we need to executed by the temporal needed. So for only activities I have used them, and for helper functions were remained static methods, so they are not decorated. So, and if you see, this is a basic system architecture how it is working. From the front end I am taking the input and the data is being passed to the fast API server we had. From there we are under the running the activities as we have seen in the workflow. These are the activities that are running, and fetching and showing it in the so basic data flow is this. And next decision was how we are implementing a structured error handling strategies. So I ensure that activities catch exceptional and return the structured response with the status and the message fields, and also workflow then checks this response and decide whether to continue or stop the execution. This was giving us a consistently error handling across all the layers. So this was about the key decisions that I took. Next, now let me share the main challenges I have faced and how I have solved them. So the first challenge was understanding how the workflows and activities communicate here, how the data is being passed directly as a parameter or a shared state, and how the return values are serialized and standardized on the structured directories with the status and the message fields. So this pattern was working consistently across all the activities. And Next challenge was how to detect the sensitive data, the feature which I have added along with the metadata extraction. So I was looking for a way where I can identify the sensitive data columns like the personal identity, finance, and health. Like for example, the column that is containing email, phone number are flagged as PII, and this will give us the standard way to extend more patterns. And next challenge was handling the large data access. So when I'm processing, we run into some timeout issues. So the solution was to ensure a batch processing with the limit. So it will limit the number of tables we are analyzing for the data and prevent the timeout issues while providing the insights. So this is like one of the scalable thought I added here. And to simplify this, I also integrated with front end. And moving on to the next one, like I want to share some of the interesting patterns I was able to discover while this was. First was activity sequence with dependency check. So we use sequential execution with dependency check. So each activity check the result of the previous one before proceeding. If the connection was failing, we'll stop the workflow immediately, and this will prevent to unnecessarily process the further steps and give us a clear error message. And next pattern is how we are aggregating the results from all the activities into a single response. So this was including the workflow status and the steps we have and the results from the each activity. This was making me easy to track the progress and debug the issues if we have any particular activity. And next one was conditionally checking based on the user configuration. Like in the front end, was giving if they want only the data analysis or also with the sensitive data. So based on the user need, I am adding the checks in the backend. So this was my demo. To conclude this app will is how we are using the Atlan SDK and build the production ready applications like this. So this was a good learning for me to understand how the SDK works and how I can use this functionalities to create a comprehensive observability and create a robust application for extracting the metadata and analyzing it. So thank you.